So, I mean, in addition to all these moves on offense, the defensive
ready.
players that opted out are back. The defensive players that did play well last year are back. The team is going to look very different. So, I mean, with all these free agent signings as of late, because they're not done, but with all the signings, what are the expectations now for the Patriots in 2021?
Man, so when I first saw Bill spending all this money, the most money y'all have ever spent in free agency in the past decade. I mean, and you said y'all ain't even close to done. Y'all still got money to spend. You know how much you have left?
About $35 million left in cap space.
Jeez. Yeah, so y'all are definitely going to pick some more people up, but the first thing this told me is Bill Belichick has a fire lit under his ass. You know, he's always the quiet guy. Like, oh, yeah, you know, we playing great and, you know, we needed to do some more. Tom was, it was okay. You know, like, well, yeah, I mean, the defense was, could have held onto the ball more, and it wasn't good. Like, that's all we know from Belichick, you know what I'm saying? But he's heard the media.
He hit everything but we're on to the Cincinnati Bengals.
And, we're on to Cincinnati. So, yeah. But, Tom Brady leaving. He's already heard he's lost a divorce. Brady's got the ring. Brady's already took the Belichick ring off. He's put Tampa's ring on. Like, he is happily remarried. He's got a few kids. They're staying for a while. They're not going to college for a minute. Like, that's how Brady feels now. Belichick is over there. My guys opted out. I'm 7-9. Everyone's trying to crap on me, talk about, you got Cowherd. Oh, people said a while ago that we could win with a lot of other quarterbacks. And now, you have this type of season. But you really got to pay attention. It's going back to looking at the diamond. The Patriots and Belichick are a diamond. You have Cam coming out, showing you a little bit of the relationship, feeding into that signing. Bill Belichick is the most underrated player in sports today. And I'd love to meet Belichick with all his mumbling at the podium and everything. I'd love to meet him because I guarantee you the dude is, obviously he's extremely smart. But, with the fire lit underneath him, I'm going to say it right now, man. The divorce between him and Brady, that debate is not settled. That debate is not settled. And here's why. You cannot hold the COVID season. You cannot hold it to the fact that Cam was, Cam had COVID, so it affected him. They had 8 players opting out. Like, that argument is not over yet because here comes Bill. Now we got cap space. Now I can get players. Y'all want to judge me when I can't sign people. Now y'all want to judge me when I can't bring players in. Now here they come. I'm bringing in potentially the best tight end duo, not the 2 best tight ends, but the way that Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry are going to work together, that's going to serve purpose to the running game, the offensive line. I know I'm getting off into it, but Bill Belichick is pissed. The argument's not over. If the Patriots will make a run this year, and I confidently say that, and I'll tell anybody that, because how are you going to write off Belichick like that? That'd be like if we wrote off somebody like LeBron, or if we wrote off like Jordan at a certain point, or if we wrote off like, Shaq, whoever it may be. You cannot take a great and write him off because he's using this as fuel. He's pissed now. He wants to come back and say, yeah, I heard y'all talking about me. Y'all think I'm just a mumbling guy at the podium, and I'm just going to sit here and I'm so defensive, and I'm not a good general manager, and I can't get wide receivers, and I can't bring this, and that in. Well, he just got some receivers. He's probably looking for more. He just got some tight ends.
They're coming.
I mean, they're coming, bro. So I'm not going to lie. As much as I don't want to tell you this because I got to put up with you for another hour and a half, I'm kind of afraid of the Patriots next year. Like, the determination from Belichick and the fact that he has the chip. If you don't see the chip on Belichick's shoulder, like, you're blind. If you don't see the hunger and the determination, because he's hurt everybody. He's heard you now. It's kind of like LeBron with the Wash King. And I love this in sports. I love it when people want to go there and, oh yeah, LeBron the first year, under 500 with the Lakers. He's done. First year out of the playoffs. Oh, really? What did he do the year after? Won the finals and crushed everybody in the playoffs within 5 games. Yeah, he had 4 years off of his legs, but whatever. He still did it. Don't write off legends. Belichick is, I guess he's the greatest coach of all time if he does this. I mean, what else are you going to say?
I mean, he already is, but
that's my point on it, man. The argument, the divorce, it's still going. They're still filing paperwork, okay? Brady is getting child support right now from Bill, but Bill's about to get it back. He's about to be tugging and pulling. So get ready for this offseason because I'm personally a little afraid of what the Patriots are going to be. I'm serious.
Brady got child support. Bill is getting alimony. So
there we go. That's what I need. I was like, is that the right word? So appreciate you.
So for Patriot Nation, we present you Adam. We welcome him. You see, I didn't even have to say anything. I wanted to jump in. I was like, okay, like I'll go with it.
In your defense, Tom Brady, well, not even in your defense really, but Tom Brady was my first NFL jersey. Tom Brady was the first NFL player that I actually liked. I enjoyed watching him in the game. You know, I got his Reebok jersey, man, in 5th grade. Shout out to my mom if you're watching this. You were the GOAT. That was like the best Christmas present. And she was like, look what I found in the mailbox. I was like, oh, yeah, that's where you found it, huh? So, but yeah, man, Brady was my first jersey, so I've always got a little love for him. And to see what he's done now, because I got his jersey back in, here's a perspective for you. I got his jersey when it was made by Reebok back in 2005. So Tom Brady had what? 1 Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowl? Okay, 3 stats. I know you got to correct me. Now he's got 7 in pursuit of number 8. I want to ask you, man, just real quick. Do you really think Brady, I'm convinced, do you think he can win 10? No, I know it's 3 more. But he can win 10, dude.
I think 10 is a little out there.
Tom Brady can win 10 Super Bowls.
8 is almost an absolute, but 10 is a little bit too much.
Will you go 9? 2 more.
9 is possible. I think 10 just might be too much. He'd have to play a little bit too long.
Okay.
It's not like he's going to win 4 in a row.
Or negotiating live here. I'll come down 10.
He's not going to win 4 in a row. That's ridiculous. He never did that, even with New England.
Oh, like being in the 4 straight appearances and winning?
No, like actually winning them all. I mean, he went to 3 in a row recently.
Right.
And 4 Super Bowls in 5 years. Just in the past 5 years, he's been to 4 of them. But winning 4 in a row? I mean, that's beyond unprecedented. Nobody's ever even done 3 in a row.
9. Y'all see that? 8:35, March 17th, 2021. Gary, Mike, y'all got it? Tom Brady will win 9 Super Bowls.
I mean, that's
I will
very
come down
possible.
from 10.
But
he's winning 9.
We're not talking about Tom Brady. This is a Patriots topic.
I'm sorry. Toxic.
Let Tom Brady be over there. He's in Tampa. So check it out. The expectations for the Patriots this season.
Did I pull some little Brady strings? And I pull some little?
No, he's not a quarterback anymore. We appreciate him for all of what he did, but he's not a quarterback anymore. We got Cam now.
Respect.
So we looking at this thing. What are the expectations for the upcoming 2021 season for the Patriots? I think the expectations are tiered from who you ask. From Patriot fans, the expectations are Super Bowl. From
that's the ceiling is a Super Bowl appearance. I definitely
let's say expectations from Patriot fans, Super Bowl. From anyone else just looking at the moves and seeing what the roster is, the expectation should realistically be either winning the division or contending for it and having a record as such to get that 5th seed, first wild card in, and make it a deep run, at least divisional round, if not AFC championship game.
Right.
If you go 2-3 games deep into the playoffs with 11 to 12 wins, that's a great year.
Yep.
I mean, normally we're like, hey, if we don't win the Super Bowl, the season sucked. 2019, we went 12-4, lost in the first round, like trash. Most fans would be like, they would kill for their team to be 12-4 and make the playoffs.
Exactly.
And be like, oh, well, it didn't work out. We lost in the last game. It's like, no. Like, that season was a failure because we didn't go to the Super Bowl and we didn't win it.
That's a mentality to have, man.
That's how we feel about it. So
that's why the NFL's
for
toxic.
Patriot fans, expectations, Super Bowl.
Right.
Anyone else, I would say 12-4. But I can dig even deeper into that for you. Last season with Cam, we went 7-9. Had the number 1 strength of schedule in the entire NFL. So they played the most difficult schedule in the league and still almost went 500 with it. With all of the things that we already have mentioned as far as players opting out and lack of weapons, defensive players gone, no defensive captain, Cam's first year, new team, no offseason, and now we're moving into year 2. This season, Patriots are ranked 19th in strength of schedule. It's come substantially down. Now we're in the bottom half of the league as far as strength of schedule.
Yep.
But we look at who they're actually playing. AFC South, NFC South. Other 2 games, Cleveland and the Chargers. If the 17th game gets approved, it'll be Dallas. So we look at the favored matchups. There's 9 of them. 9 games the Patriots should win, and they will be favored in all 9 of those. That's against the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice, Jacksonville, Houston, Carolina, Atlanta, and the Chargers. Patriots will be favored in all of those games. Then you've got 7 other matchups that are kind of toss-up. Tennessee, Indy, Tampa, New Orleans, Cleveland, and Buffalo 2 times.
Yep.
Even if they're to go 3-4, against the meat of the schedule, 3-4 in those 7 games, and you win the games you're supposed to win, that's 12-4. A 12-4 season will possibly win the division. We don't know how good Buffalo is. They went 13-3 last year. If they have a similar season to what they did last year and we don't beat them in the head-to-head, we could be 12-4. They could be 13-3. Buffalo could win the division, and that'll be a 5th seed.
They just signed Emmanuel Sanders, too.
So, they don't have to beat Buffalo to make the playoffs.
Right.
They don't have to win the division. All they have to do is win the games they're supposed to win and at least break somewhere close to even in the 50-50 games. So I think the expectation of winning 12 games is definitely not far-fetched, especially if there's a 17th game added to the schedule.
I agree with you. You look at the defense coming back. What's the word on Gilly? Is he do you know, is he still...
Gilly wants out of New England. There's no word as to whether they're actually going to trade him.
Why do you think he wants out?
Because of his contract. He's due more. He's not due as much money this season as what he wants.
Right.
He can get more money somewhere else.
Absolutely.
We don't have to deal him.
Yeah.
What I do think has happened, I can just let y'all know what it's going to be. We haven't heard any rumors, but as of 4 o'clock today, the new NFL league year started. Now the trades will start to move.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only one that matters.
People are going to start making moves, official moves. Everyone signed their contracts that we've been talking about for the past couple of days.
Yep.
What you are going to see in the coming weeks, the New England Patriots will trade Stephon Gilmore to the Cleveland Browns for Odell Beckham Jr. And a 3rd-round pick. Book that.
Got a source?
OBJ. The source is me.
Source, me.
I told Shefty. I'm Shefty's source.
Well, we're just going to train Gilmore over there and going to bring OBJ in. It was a good move. It was good for both parties, so we agreed on it.
Once that move happens, all of a sudden, Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar all of a sudden look even better because neither one of them has to have the task of being a number 1 wide receiver.
You'll have plenty of places for the ball. You won't have that pressure on Cam.
The pressure won't be on Cam. The pressure won't be on the receivers. All of a sudden, the tight ends have released pressure. The running game opens up. With OBJ in a Patriot uniform, the offense will be complete and dynamic. Cool. And what that also will do is open up the NFL draft for the Patriots to not have to actually draft for needs. They're just going to draft for the best available player. At 15, you could expect to see someone like a Travis Etienne available, possibly.
Oh, my goodness.
Possibly a Jalen Waddle.
Oh, wow.
There's countless players. Someone is dropping to 15.
Scared me saying Travis Etienne to New England. That was just seriously?
Could be Patrick Surtain. Could be Devontae Smith, according to some of these retards mock drafts, which I think would be insane if Jalen Smith dropped that far. But according to some of their mock drafts, he could drop that deep. So, it could be Surtain, could be Devontae Smith, could be Jamar Chase. There's so many players. It could be a Kyle Pitts. We don't need any tight ends, but hey, if he's there, it doesn't matter. They've got so much leeway with all of these pickups and all of this cap space. They can really just take the best player that's available in the draft.
Right.
If a Trey Lance is still there, get him. Let him sit behind Cam. He don't even have to play this year.
Right.
He can just go ahead and sit, watch Cam do his thing. Cam can ball out, beef up his stock, get a fat contract somewhere else next year, and we can bring in our next guy and be set for the next 15 years with a brand new quarterback.
Do you think y'all need to go defense?
There's really not needs.
I was going to say, man, because
defense was good already.
Exactly. With 8 players opting out, y'all still were 7th in points per game. Y'all were still a top passing defense. I think it was about middle of the pack for yards and rushing, but y'all... That's what I'm saying. That's the scary thing about the Patriots. It's if y'all are still able to make moves with what y'all were last year. I didn't look at the offensive stats, but I personally don't care. There were offenses that had full health last year and still didn't go 7-9. Yeah. Look at the damn Falcons. They're a top roster in the league, and they could not muster even 6 wins. Sorry, guys. Know everybody's watching, but it's facts. Coaching is awful.
It is what it is.
Bad, dude.
It's what it is, how it is, dude.
As much as y'all are watching, y'all ain't gonna win a Super Bowl this year.
Y'all got Judon coming in too. God, dude. Godchaw, how do you say
Yeah,
it?
gotcha.
Okay, I know it's butchering. I had to get it right. Yeah, see, y'all got people moving, man. Y'all are gonna be scary next year. Like y'all are gonna. How I was looking at the Colts last year. Like I know a lot of people are gonna be looking at New England, but I don't feel like people are really gonna think New England's gonna be like, oh, they're gonna be there. I'm be betting on y'all this season for sure. Y'all are gonna be a good. Y'all gonna be a good bet.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm excited to see it because that's what I love is I think that's my favorite part is I'm all for a legend just dominating, but like that's why I love Adrian Peterson's comeback so much. 9 months after the knee, you're back on the field. Like you're contending for Eric Dickerson's single season rushing record. People said you were done. You weren't going to come back. People are saying Brady's a system quarterback. Now he's got the ring. People are saying Belichick is this, and that. It was all Brady. And now he's like it's over, dude. I'm shooting the money. Like you want to come play for the Patriots? Hey, I've got cap space. And it's crazy because but before we go on, I know we got to move. Here's the thing. The Bucs used a super team method and it actually worked. It kind of feels like the Patriots are not going super team, but if you're not at least a B+ player, you're not coming to New England. They're getting some guys over there. People want to come play for Bill because he was a winner, just like people want to go play with Brady because he's a winner. There's not as much differences or not as many differences, I guess, in the divorce. It's not over. Y'all heard it here first. It is not over.
All these moves push that matchup back.
Yeah.
Week 14. That's what I'm going to call it. We haven't had the schedule out.
Yep.
Week 14, Tampa Bay at New England.
Oh, and it's in Gillette.
Circle that.
Oh, boy.
It'll be Brady's first and only time playing against the Patriots outside of a Patriot uniform.
It's the only team he's never beaten in the NFL. It's the only team he's never beaten in the NFL.
He's beat 31 teams. This will be his chance to get all 32.
Yep. Wow.
It's going to be real.